Welcome everybody. Let's talk about the stock market. These are the S&P 500 futures. We're going to look at the weekly, the daily, and the trade of the day. Now this is the weekly chart right here, and we can see pretty big range here, 76. So that's quite a range already for the first day of the week, yeah. And what we're going to notice is we'll look at it in the daily. This is kind of significant where it stopped right here, but you can see down here it's trying to make a turn and bounce off this lower line here on the weekly chart, and it may do that pretty well. So we'll see what this does. So far we got a nice little bounce going here on Monday. Long term, I talked about this for the last couple weeks. I think we're still going to be heading down. I think there's going to be a little bounce like this. Not sure how high it's going to go. And then maybe like that. It was to go into the new year. Something kind of like this. Okay. And just remember August 29th is a projected low, but that could change. It just depends what this does. If this really gets some momentum, then this low, believe it or not, could change. There's another one out here for November, so we'll keep an eye on this as this cycle pattern could change. Okay, let's take a look at the daily. All right, so we can see that this has really taken off now, starting to get a crossover here on the MACD and the daily, looking pretty strong. Look where it came right up to, the 43.68. I think the high was just above it. Yeah, 43.75, and it closes the day. I think it literally closed the day at 43.69. So look at that. It closed right on this previous support. Okay, so normally we don't call this resistance because this is previous support, but it happened to touch it, come right up to it and touch it. Not unsurprising, it happens a lot. But based on what I'm seeing right here, I don't see any problem getting up to this 44.11. Will this bounce really high up into here? It may not do that. It may just do like one of these deals. It may not even get back to the zero line. It may just kind of get up into here and fizzle out and then start going down again. Right, it may not get a big enough run because this is already looking kind of elevated. It can get up here for a little bit, stay there, and then start to do the drop. So we'll just see how this plays out, but it is possible 44.11 could still happen up here. That's this line right here. But again, that's not really, that one actually is kind of resistance just because of the way these candlesticks played out right here. Normally we're looking at tops to be resistance, not bottoms. So there is a little bit of resistance right here. This candlestick, and this candlestick, these three make this line right here. So that 44.11 is kind of a legitimate both resistance and support line. Whereas 43.68 is really just, to me, is almost strictly support. But today it came up and touched it and didn't go through it. So I see this 44.11 is very doable here. And above that, just trying to get an eye, there is some support kind of right here. Okay, let me just look at that approx. That would be like 44.76 we'll call it. There's a little something right there at 44.76. If it gets above this 44.11, that's the one that kind of stands out, this 44.76. The reason I say it is because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different candlesticks that kind of make up this line right here over the last, whatever, going all the way back into August and July. Okay. For now, this October 17th and the 25th is still in play. We'll keep an eye on this because we're already on the 10th. So it looks like that 17th, may not really have much of an effect. If it gets up in here and takes a hard dive, then great. This is still on. Right now, I'd say the end of October is much more likely than the middle of October now at this point, just looking at the way this is, right? And it could even push out all the way over to, let's see, when is this? November 15th, which is like over here. So we're going to see whether or not these cycles change a little bit. Do they get pushed out a little bit based on the strength I'm seeing coming in here, okay? All right, let's look at the trade of the day. All right, so here we are on the 5-minute chart. This is the entire day right there. And you can see last night on the 5-minute chart here, there was a big gap. That's because of the war in Israel. So, you know, there was some fear in the market. It opened up on Sunday night, and you had this big gap down about maybe 10 to 15 point, maybe leaving a little more than that, 20-point drop. That didn't last, though. It basically filled in this gap and then some as it got through the intraday over here. So that's what we're seeing there. That's the war that's going on in Israel with the ruthless attacks. And I won't try to make this video political, but as a Christian, obviously I support Israel. So, yeah, some pretty bad things going out there. I saw some pictures, unfortunately, some really nasty pictures of little babies being, yeah, I mean, you know, you're talking less than 1 year old. And it wasn't incidental. You just had these Hamas terrorists come in and literally take babies, folks, and do some really bad things with them. And I don't mean incidental, like dropped a bomb or a rocket on them and oops, they died. I'm talking they literally took babies, and you know what they did to them. So really, really nasty stuff going over there in Israel. I think we're going to see an extended, prolonged war in Israel. I don't think this is going to be a week or two or a month or two. This is going to be going on for a while. I won't get too political, but our fearless, senile, decrepit guy occupying the White House gave $6 billion to Iran. And Donald Trump warned him and said, don't do it. They're going to attack Israel. Well, they did. Not a very good El Presidente. I don't care if you're a Democrat and you voted for him or not. I'm going to say it like it is. You don't like it, don't watch the video. I don't care. All right, getting on to the trade of the day. Right here is 8:20 a.m. my time. This is a really good trade of the day right here. Super nice. I mean, look at this. Look at this signal coming in here. 8:20. Really couldn't ask for better. Such a good entry. There's two ways you could do this. You could make a little money right here, about 10 points, maybe. Yeah, probably 10 out of almost 14 points. You probably make about 10 of that. But the one that really, the way that I would trade this is because it was already elevated way above this line here on the stochastic momentum index. I'd wait till it take the dip, and my entry would be right here. That's where I would take this entry. And as it began to rise, I'm in, because this is going to go for a while. So that one looks like, again, you're looking at least 10, maybe 12 points worth of profit. So you could get some profit here, and you can get some profit in here. So you're looking at 25-ish points with these two little trades right here, coming off this GITTIS Plus indicator right here. Of course, this is also sent over to the Discord server for the members, and they get alerted, so that's really nice as well. If you're not a member, you know, keep that in mind. You might want to become a member. So that was pretty much the trade of the day to me. If you're talking intraday or just pre-market, was right there at 8:20 Texas time. Okay. If you do want to become a member, just look at the description just below this video. It's only $7.99 a month. And I've got members making, I've been talking about this for a while. Some members make $100 a day. Some are making $300 a day. Some of them are making more. The membership is paying for themselves for the members who are patient and learn how to use the membership. Some of these members, the membership has been paid for the rest of their life. You know, they're made more than enough money to pay for, you know, years and years worth of membership. I mean, $7.99 is amazingly cheap. You get the streaming chart like you're seeing here, the 5-minute chart. You get a 15-minute chart and the hourly chart, all streamed on the Discord server as part of the membership. You get a nightly email with the S&P 500 chart attached to it. And there is a channel on there as well for gold. There's a channel on there, alert channel for gold, alert channel for crude oil, and the top 30 stocks for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. In addition to the S&P 500 chart that you're seeing here, these alerts get sent over to the Discord server as well. So anytime you see one of these GITTIS Plus indicators come up, it goes over to the Discord server, and if you're a member, you get alerted on that. So some really nice membership service available, $7.99. Again, just read the description below the video here. It also place that in the first comment. Make sure you read that description really careful so you don't have any problems joining. Okay, that's it for today, guys and gals. God bless everybody. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.